Hi, everybody. My name is Val. Welcome to Winter Workshop. Today we are going to be making this cute holiday icon banner. Now you can make as many shapes, put as many shapes on it as you want. We're just going to make 4 for now, but if you want to make it really long, you can add more shapes. So let's get started. I'm going to show you our materials. So we need foam. You could use cardstock or construction paper as well, but foam is what we used for this project. Some sequins, plastic needle. See, we've got a big hole in that you can put the yarn through. Some yarn, glue, some chenille pipe cleaners, a scissors, and your patterns. So I'm going to go ahead and move this aside for now. We're going to go ahead and start with the patterns. So go ahead and get them, make sure they're printed out. Now I will tell you, when I take online classes, sometimes I like to watch the class first and then come back and do the class. So, however you guys want to do it, if you want to follow along with me, feel free and you can stop the video at any time. Okay, so I've already cut out 2 of them. So I'm going to cut out 2 more with you. So we've got a candy cane, a mitten, an ornament, and a stocking. And if you didn't want to use these patterns, that's great. But if you want to come up with your own, that's great too. You just want to do some circles and make them all ornaments, you can certainly do that. You can make some snowmen. These are kind of wintry icons, so you could keep this up all winter if you wanted to. There's our mitten. And then our candy cane. So once we get these cut out, we're going to trace them onto our different colors of our foam and then cut the foam out. Okay. And like I said, at any time, if you need to I'm going too fast, you need to take a break, just stop the video and you can come back to it. All right. So let's see. We're going to make a red candy cane. So I'm going to take my red foam. Oh, I've got some shadows. So hang on a second, guys. Let me close my blinds a little bit so that we don't get these shadows. Let's see where they're coming through. Well, that's not working. I guess we're just going to have to deal with it. Sorry about that. All right. I have a pencil and my candy cane, and I'm just going to trace around it. All right. And I'm going to cut it out. You can see how I did there. I like to cut the shape a little bit out of my foam rather than having to deal with all that big foam. It's just a little tip on making things a little easier to cut out. And then you can also see how I turn my foam as I'm cutting it. Rather than trying to move my arm like that, I move the foam. Just some little things I've learned along the way. Okay. There's our candy cane. Now let's do a blue ornament. Trace around that. Put away the rest of the foam. I'm going to cut it out. And again, I'm turning the foam to make it easier. There's that one. Let's see, what else we have? Got a mitten and a stocking. Let's see, we'll make a green mitten. And we're going to be decorating our shapes with sequins and chenille pipe cleaners. But you can also use your markers on there, paint them, you can use glitter. You can use your imagination and decorate them how you'd like. Okay, there's our mitten. One more, we'll do a white stocking. Got a little piece of white foam here. All right. Cut this guy out. Okay. All right. Now we have our shapes. See, the sun keeps coming out and going under the clouds, so we keep getting this nice line of sunshine. All right. So figure out what order you want to put them in. No, you don't have to worry about that right now. But what we're going to do before we start gluing anything on, we're going to make our holes in the top of the banner. You can see here where we've done a couple little holes to put our yarn through. This is the yarn is going through. We're going to do that before we get them all decorated with glue, because the glue is wet and it stays wet for a while. So you're going to take your needle. I don't know what happened to my needle. I know I showed it to you. Let me see if I have another one. Well, I have another one. I'll find that later. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our needle, and it's not pointy because it's a plastic needle. It won't hurt you. But we're going to go ahead and poke holes in our foam. So the best way to do that is just start twisting it and put your finger behind it, and then you can feel it poke through. Just like that. Okay, so we're going to do 2 holes in each of our shapes. So there's my mitten, my stocking. Let me twist it, push it through. There we go. Candy cane. And finally, my ornament. I'm going to go down here. I think it'll hold better. The top is kind of skinny. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get our yarn, your string, whatever you're going to put your banner on, and get a nice long length. You want to make sure that if you're going to do more than these shapes, make sure you have lots of extra yarn on there, and then enough to be able to tie your banner up to something. So, okay, so here's my end. Now I'm going to thread the needle with my yarn. Shouldn't be too hard since the hole is big. Okay, so just like that, and you can leave a little tail hanging down like that. So I'm going to start at this end, and I'm just going to I'm going to start under, and I'm going to pull it through quite a ways. I still have a lot on the end. You can slide your pieces back and forth, and then go down through the top. Oops. Okay, see? Just like that. And we're going to go to the next piece. Under. And over. Back to front and front to back. That way, what that does is it gives you a nice little piece of the yarn showing through on the front. To the next piece, through the back. And down through the front. And then finally, the candy cane. This way. Okay. So now you can space them out how you want. Okay. So now it's time to decorate them. So put them in the sunlight. So I'm going to just sprinkle out some sequins there so we can grab them. So the sequins, we've played with these before. They have a side that looks like a bowl, and then the side that looks like a little dome. I like to put them down with the dome side up, but you can do however you want. So let's go ahead. I'm going to start here so I don't get my hand in the glue. And I'm just going to put some dots of glue randomly, kind of in a little bit of a pattern on my candy cane. It's going to take a while for this glue to dry, so you don't have to rush too much. And then I'm just going to start adding my sequins. I use different sizes and colors. The green one. Sometimes they stick together too. Silver. You see the glue kind of squeeze out of the little holes, and that's fine. The glue's going to dry clear, so you don't have to worry about that. Let's see. How about a white one? The middle one. Yeah. One more. Let's do blue. We don't have a blue one on there yet. Okay. All right. Let that dry. And onto the stocking. Again, we'll just make some dots. I think I'm going to do something on the top of the stocking like this. So I put the chenille stems up there. So I'm not going to put any sequins up there. I'm just going to put it down here. Again, I'm putting dots of glue. And then I'm going to add my sequins. Add a little more glue to that one. That's a pretty big one. Like I said, you guys can always just use markers to decorate these. Paint, glitter, glitter glue. Okay. That one's starting to dry. Now it's our mitten. Let's see what I did to my mitten before. Oh, same thing. So I'm not going to do anything on the little cuff part of the mitten. I'm just going to do it on the hand part of the mitten. Lots of colors of the sequins. You can do them all the same color if you want. And you can mix up the colors like I am. You can do a pattern. And, oh, that's it. Okay, that's that one. And finally, the ornament. This one I think I'm going to do a little different. I'm going to go ahead and do a stripe across the middle. I'm going to do 5 dots of glue there. Put my green one in the middle. And so, oops, that had a little one stick to it. There we go. I think I'm just going to leave that one just like that. Okay. So what you can do now is you can just step away and go do something else for a little bit and come back. But I'm going to go ahead on to the next step. But you do want to give this a little bit time to dry because the glue is still wet and the sequins will slide around. But I'm going to go ahead on to the next step so I can show you guys what to do next. So now we're going to decorate with some of these chenille pipe cleaners. So I think I'll go on start on this guy. So what I usually do is I will measure it and I can hold it with my thumb like that, my thumb and my finger, and cut it. Or I can make a little mark on it with my pencil where I want to cut it. And I'm going to cut it. Whoa, well, that just flew off my table. Let's try that again. You got to be careful that these things don't go flying across the room. Oh, that one landed in my lap. Okay, here we go. Oh. And these do bend, so you can make shapes with them if you want. I'm just going to do this one in a straight line. So I'm going to add, I found that if I add the glue to the fuzzies on the pipe cleaner, it tends to want to stick better. Oh. Oh, that didn't work so good. I'm going to put some on here too. I think these pipe cleaners need a lot of glue, which means they're going to need extra drying time. Yeah, so. All right, so I've got that one on there. I think I'm going to put I'm going to do the same thing on the stocking with the red one, and I'm going to just mark it with my fingers and cut it. And then I'm going to add my glue. And I'm putting, a lot of glue on there because these pipe cleaners like to soak up the glue. Oh, that worked better. So maybe you want to put the glue on the foam. I'll put another stripe on that one. I think maybe I'll do a blue stripe. So I'm going to measure it with my fingers and cut it. Put a nice line of glue on there. There we go. Perfect. I think I'm going to do another stripe on my mitten. Put a nice line of glue. Uh-oh. Shouldn't have done that first. I should have measured first. You must be really careful when you're cutting these. You're cutting wire with your scissors. Don't use your mom's good sewing scissors. She would not be happy. Okay. Let's see. I think that's all I'm going to do for those. I did more on the original one, but you guys can see you have the choice to be as creative as you want. Design it how you want. And I'm going to show you this one. These can get kind of twisted. You have to be careful when you get ready to hang them up. So let's move our little sequins out of the way so you can see these. So this is the one we just did. This is the one I did before. All right. So that's pretty much it. So these are ready to hang. You can hang them on your mantle. You can hang them on your door, your bedroom, whatever you want to do. All right. I hope you guys had fun. Like I said, set these aside so the glue can dry before you hang them up. And I'd love to see what you guys do. Take a picture of your project when you're done and put it on our Facebook page and label it with a hashtag make it with Michaels. And everybody will be able to see your beautiful creations. So hope you guys had fun. Tune in for some more classes for Winter Workshop, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.